Hello everyone, I hope you're safe. Have you been vaccinated lately? So the next question is, what is vaccine? What are the do's and don'ts before and after vaccine? What can we expect after vaccine? Today we have Dr. Sharon, a dental surgeon and an orthodontist who's going to take us through all of this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and stay safe.
I am Dr. Shireen, a dental surgeon and orthodontist practicing in Chennai. When the first vaccination drive for healthcare workers started in our country, I was in a wavering mind whether to take the vaccine or not take the vaccine. I was a bit hesitant for the first couple of months. Then, being in a high risk profession for COVID infection, I decided to take the vaccine. But before that, I made an extensive read on all the data that is available about the COVID vaccines, and once I was convinced, I took my first shot. So this understanding of mine, if it will help you also to decide whether to take or not take the vaccine, I'm glad to share that information here. In India, we have two available options for COVID vaccines. One is Covishield, another one is Covaxin. Both of them do the same job of producing the specific antibodies that are needed to fight the COVID infection. But how they do it, the mechanism of action is little different for both. In Covaxin, the whole virus is inactivated or killed and it is given into the body to produce the antibodies. This is a very old method of vaccine production. Many vaccines have been produced in the same method, and it's generally considered a very safe method, a very safe vaccine. And Covishield, the method is little different. It's called a vector vaccine. That is, a harmless virus is taken as a vector, and the blueprint that is needed to produce the antigen is placed inside that virus and it is sent into the body. So once this harmless virus goes into the body, using that blueprint, the body will produce the antigen mimicking the COVID virus, and in turn that will help produce the antibodies. So both the vaccines, whether be it Covishield or Covaxin, both end up in producing the needed antibodies that will give you protection, and more or less both have the same level of the efficacy rate, that is the level of protection they give is around almost the same, that is around 80% they make you protected. COVID vaccine, like any other vaccine, prepares your body to fight the disease. So to understand how, let's imagine when you get a new infection, like a new virus enters your body recognizes this as an enemy and it is called an antigen. Okay, in return, to fight back, the body will produce something called antibodies. So each specific antigen will have specific antibodies to fight that antigen out. Okay, so in the natural course of the disease, it will take some time for the body to recognize a new antigen and to produce antibodies. In the meantime, the person can become sick, seriously ill. Okay, what vaccines do are, these vaccine contains inactive or weakened part of the virus. Okay, so when they are injected into the body, they trigger an immune response. Okay, and these antibodies that are needed to fight the antigen out are already produced. Now in future, when you encounter a real COVID infection, your body already knows that this is a known enemy to it. This antigen is already known to it. So it will readily, quickly create the antibodies and it will eliminate the infection out of your body without causing much serious illness. So this is what a vaccine does. Now, both these vaccines, Covishield and Covaxin, are 2-dose vaccines. For Covaxin, the second dose is taken 4 weeks after the first dose. And one important thing is the full immunity or full protection against the disease we get only 2 to 3 weeks after we get the second dose in, especially in Covaxin. Okay, in Covishield, the gap between the first and the second dose was earlier said to be 6 to 8 weeks, but now the government has changed the guidelines to 12 weeks. So 12 weeks after the first dose, you will take the second dose in Covishield. This is because they wanted to cover a large number of population within the first dose, and it is found that with Covishield in the first dose itself, it is providing a certain amount of protection against the disease. So that is why the guidelines have been changed for Covishield recently. Now, when I say the efficacy rate of these vaccines is around 70 to 80%, it means there is a chance that even when you encounter a COVID virus infection, 70 to 80% you will not get the infection. Even in case if you get the infection, the main advantage of these vaccines is that they reduce hospitalization or death by almost 100%. That is, they are 100% effective in reducing any serious symptoms or severe illnesses. So that is why the government is emphasizing to take the vaccinations done. And also now at present there are many mutant strains of COVID virus that is spreading out. Mutant in the sense the virus has changed its form so that it has become more easily transmissible from one person to another, and there is also more infectious. The mutant strains are more infectious now. So though this efficacy rate is not studied in these mutant strains, but still vaccines work under any mutant strain in protecting you from any severe COVID disease requiring hospitalizations or that which can lead you to death. So that is the main reason why we should get vaccination done. Now, regarding who all should be extremely cautious before deciding on going for vaccination. First, if you have experienced any severe allergic reaction to any injectable medicines or any drugs or any severe food allergy, then you have to first check with your physician, take an allergy test to see if you are allergic to any ingredients that are present in the vaccine, and then decide if the vaccine will be suitable for you. Second, these vaccines are still not approved for children below 18 years of age, and as of now pregnant and breastfeeding women are also not given the vaccines. This may change in near future, but as of now they are still not given vaccination. And next important thing is if you have any bleeding disorders or blood clotting disorders, or you are taking any medicines that can interfere with the blood clotting, then again you have to consult with your doctor, and only with his approval and proper precautionary methods you have to take the vaccinations done. Similarly, patients who are immunocompromised or are under chemotherapy for cancer treatments or any immunosuppressants therapy or long-term steroid therapies, all these people should also consult with your doctor and then only take the call about the vaccines with their approval. Steroid therapies, all these people should also consult with your doctor and then only take the call about the vaccines with their approval. Also, for whoever has any chronic ailments like kidney diseases or heart diseases or hypertension, cholesterol, diabetes, it is always better to get your health status assessed by your physician who knows your history well, or whom you regularly go for consultations, and talk to them about the safety of the vaccines and also the benefits of the vaccines, and then you can take the call about the vaccines safely, so that they will prescribe your medicines accordingly, because painkillers and steroids have also reduced the immune response the body produces to the vaccine. What you can expect after vaccination? You may develop pain in the injection site. This is one of the most common side effects of vaccines. And also for the next 1 or 2 days, you may have mild fever, body pain, headache, and tiredness. These are usually reported the mild side effects which can happen with vaccines. Now, coming to the do's and don'ts of vaccine, the day you go for vaccination, always go having your meal. Don't go on an empty stomach. Be relaxed, stress free. And at the vaccination center also, please wear a good quality mask, maintain social distancing, avoid crowding, and more importantly, once you get your vaccination done, wait at the vaccination center for 20 to 30 minutes to see if you develop any allergic reactions, and then you can get back home. So even in case if you develop any allergic reaction, if it is immediately treated, it can be immediately, it is nothing to worry about. Regarding the don'ts of vaccination, see, in case if you have the habit of consuming alcohol, please stop consuming alcohol at least a week before vaccination and a few days after vaccination, because it is found that alcohol reduces the immune response of the body to vaccine. And also, if you are taking any short-term steroid treatment, steroid course, or a painkiller or something like that, it is always better to stop it a few days before the vaccination, or you can finish that course and then plan your vaccination schedule. When you go to any doctor, if you have a vaccination schedule, please tell your doctor that you have so vaccination schedule so on so and so day, so that they will prescribe your medicines accordingly, because painkillers and steroids have also reduced the immune. How to cope up with these mild side effects is, after vaccination, if you develop any fever or body pain, you can take paracetamol, and you need a day of rest after vaccination, and also a lot of fluids you can take. And for pain in the injection site, you can apply ice packs. Now, coming to any major side effects reported with these vaccines, with Covaxins, as of now in India, no major side effects have been reported. With Covishield, there have been a few very rare events of blood clots in European population. So this blood clot is being a very rare event, like less than 0.1% of the total vaccinated people have developed this blood clotting events. So considering the risk of COVID in the second wave, where the mortality rate is high with the mutant strains, and many people are requiring hospitalization with oxygen support. So considering the risk of COVID, I feel the risk associated with the vaccine is very negligible. So you can just pray well, trust in God, and take the vaccine. Finally, even if you are vaccinated, please follow the practices of wearing masks, social distancing, and hand hygiene, because vaccine is just another tool in protecting us from the disease. It doesn't offer 100% protection or doesn't make you immune to the disease. So it is always wise to follow the practices of wearing mask and social distancing, even if you are vaccinated. And even after vaccination, for your body to be fully protected, it will take a couple of weeks after vaccination. So until then, you still have to consider that you are prone to get the disease and you have to stay safe. Thank you.